Morning everyone to all the globe and the other parts of the globe. Salam alaikum. Kevin Hal Sadiq. Before we study already the human happiness, the introduction of the divine principle. So in this moment we are going to study the principle of creation. Before we start, let me introduce myself. I'm Brother Pedro Baqueral at your service. And so we're going to study now the exciting chapter of the divine principle of creation. So, divine principle, chapter 1, the principle of the creation. Problem concerning about human lives and the universe, we cannot understand, we cannot resolve without understanding the nature of the causal being, God. One way to fathom God's deity is by observing the universe which He created, just as can come to know the characteristic of an artist through his work, so we can understand the nature of an artist, and we can understand the nature of God through understanding the diverse thing of His creation. Because God is invisible, through His creation it is visible, we can understand God. That is in Romans chapter 1 verse 20. To begin, let's investigate the elements which are found universally throughout the natural world. Every entity, both within the other entities, possesses the dual characteristic. More fundamentally, every entity, both outside form and inner quality. The visible outside form resembles the invisible inner quality. The inner quality is called internal nature, and the outside form or shape, the external form. The internal nature and external form constitute the dual characteristic. The first cause of all things must also possess the dual characteristic of internal nature and external form, which is the subject partner of internal nature and external form of the all things. The first cause, God. The original, His original internal nature and original external form. We call this the original internal form and original internal nature of God. Also, God exists based on the reciprocal relationship of dual characteristic of yang and yin. So, God is a harmonious union of internal nature and external form, or positive and negative, and harmonious union of masculinity and femininity, positive and negative, and subject partner of internal nature and masculinity towards the universe. God as a invisible subject partner, and the universe is a visible, as a whole, is a substantial object partner. And in accordance of the principle of the creation, the dual characteristic of God manifested itself symbolically in image as individual embodiment of truth. God is absolute. God is absolute reality. God is absolute reality, eternal, self-existing, transcendent of time and space. So universal prime energy is the energy of God's being, which is also self-existing, eternal, and absolute. The original energy of all the forces that allow the created being to exist. So through the universal prime energy, through the agency of universal prime energy, the object and the subject elements of every entity form a common base of interaction. That interaction in turn generates all the forces, the needs of entity for existing, multiplication, and action. This interaction of all the forces is called give and take action. The process which out of God, the origin, the two entities separately manifested and reunited is called origin, division, and union. And the origin, division, union, and action form four position, the four position, the center, at the center, the origin, God, under subject and object partner under union. And if one of the four may assume the subject partner and the three object partner form a communion, and they fulfill the three object purpose. When each of the four then act as a subject partner and the three object partner increase revolving around it, and enter into give and take action, give and take, they will fulfill the three object purpose. So the origin, the subject partner, and the object partner projected from the origin under union. They fulfill the three object purpose and establish the four position foundation. The four position foundation is the fundamental foundation of goodness, which eternal purpose of God of the creation. So the three great blessings are fulfilled. No? The three great blessings are fulfilled in Genesis chapter 1 verse 28. When the whole creation, including man, human being, no, complete the four position foundation, which is the realization of goodness. And this is the kingdom of heaven and the very purpose of God creating the universe. So the number one of the first blessing, the three good blessing of God, number one is fruitful, meaning to perfect our individual character. So in this individual mind and body should unite one completely and forming a true perfect individual. four position foundation. And the second blessing of God is perfected man and woman must unite together as husband and wife, joining oneness and produce rich children and constructing family for possession foundation. And the third blessing is to dominate the creation. So human being and the natural world completely unite one universe and establish the four possession foundation of dominion. The process of the creation of the universe, the biblical period of 6 days to completion of the creation, is not to be reckoned as a literal symbol of sunrises and sunset. It symbolizes the sixth order period. The fact that took 6 period of time. So that implies that there is some time period of the creation that the individual entity make up the universe. So in that case, that the process of creation of the universe. So all creation must reach its perfection, passing the 3 order of growth: formation stage and growth stage and completion stage. So all things in the growth stage, all things reaches perfection, and passing to the growing period. God regards only of the fruit of their growth. In other words, God, in this way, God dominate the creation in the growing period indirectly. So the old creation in the growing period under the realm of indirect dominion, or direct dominion through the process of accomplishment of the principle. So all created being reaches and passing to the growing period under in virtue of the autonomy under the process of in accordance of the principles. However, human being reaches perfection, fulfilling their own portion of responsibility. Now, take note that man, we have our own portion of responsibility. In addition of the guidance of the principles. So, God gives us the guidance to follow the principle absolutely in order to reach the perfection. So, we reach already maturity here on earth, but everything will pass away. So God the universe created after the pattern of human being, who is the God's image of dual characteristic. Corresponding to the mind and body, the universe consists of the incorporeal world and corporeal world. Both worlds are real and substantial. The two worlds form a cosmos, or so the incorporeal world and corporeal world, or spiritual or physical world, both we call this cosmos. And if we die, our physical body, no, go to the soil, but our spirit enter to the spiritual incorporeal world as a spirit and live for eternity there. So that is the principle of the question. So next time we're going to take up the chapter 2, that is the fall of man. This is very exciting chapter, because this chapter reveals the fruit which man ate in the Garden of Eden. And through that fruit, evil, sin entered this world and passed from generation to generation. So thank you very much. God bless.